What's up, guys? Back with another high mileage Tundra video. So if you haven't seen this truck before, this is my dad's 2006 Toyota Tundra 4.7, which he bought brand new. And over the last couple of years of doing YouTube, I've always updated y'all on the mileage and the condition because he drives the freaking crap out of it. It's up to 383,000 miles and it's been absolutely amazing. Still on the factory engine, transmission. Majority of it is still stock. Now, of course, there's been some hiccups on the way. And if you saw my shorts video the other day, I had to go rescue him because it pretty much left him stranded. So earlier on in the day, he got an indicator light for the battery. So he ran to the parts store, got them to check to see if it was the battery or the alternator, and they said it's the battery, which is weird because we just replaced the battery like 3 months prior, but we're going off what they said, right? So he headed to the other parts store to exchange it where he had bought the battery at. Well, he made it only about halfway there, and the truck kind of fizzled out. So I had to go meet him, snatch the battery out, take it to the parts store. They put it on the scan tool thing, and they said the battery was fine. It just needed to be charged. But since he was on the side of the road and I was pretty frustrated, they went ahead and exchanged it, which I am thankful for. But I put the new battery in and she's still doing the same thing. So it looks like the first place was incorrect and it is in fact going to be the alternator. So that's the fun we're having today. I went ahead and got the easy stuff out of the way. Disconnect your battery, take your intake tube off. You just got to take the clamp off the throttle body and the box. Take the bolt off right here, and there's one on the back side of there. And then we can get access to our tensioner, which is this guy right here. You're gonna put a 14 mil on that and pull it up. That's gonna loosen the belt so we can pull it off. And our alternator is down below this guy. It's not this one, it's below there. And I went ahead and pulled the skid plate off as well. That guy's gonna be, I think, on all these trucks. If you have this specific XPS or whatever it is, you're gonna have that one as well, which you gotta take that one off first. And throughout all the oil changes that this truck has received, that guy only had 3 bolts and 2 of them were not correct. So oil change places, definitely not putting things back like they should, but I guess that's what you do when, you know, quick lube stuff. Anyways, we're gonna be getting to it through the bottom, but we gotta go ahead and take that belt off real quick. So I got our 15 mil on there and you're gonna pick it up. And as you see, it's gonna loosen the belt. And now I'm gonna block the camera by reaching in here and getting it off the pulley. Go. Now our belt is off. So under the truck, you can see the alternator very easily. We're gonna go ahead and use a 10 mil right here to remove that guy. Now, once you've got that guy taken off, you wanna come back here behind the engine and look up in here. You're gonna have, if I can see, this wire right here. It's gonna be plugged in up there. Pull the rubber sheath back and then reach up to the top, push the tab in, pull that guy straight out. Then you're gonna have a 10 mil right here holding this guy. Loosen that guy, pull her free. So now all of our electronics and stuff are off. And now we can go ahead and go back to the front, start taking this thing out. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove our bolts holding this thing on. This lower guy is gonna be a 14 mil. This upper one's gonna be a 14 mil as well. And then this guy in the middle is going to be a 12 mil. In order to get this thing out, we are gonna have to loosen our power steering pump. You can see right there. That's gonna be a 14 mil. There's one down below. We're gonna take both of those free. That way we can rotate this guy out of the way because your alternator will not clear the pulley on it. So let's go ahead and crack that guy free. Now, once you've got this nut off, you can go ahead and go down below, take the lower one off. Now for the lower, you can put an extension with the 14 mil through the pulley itself. And we're gonna be loosening it this way. The radiator hose is a little in the way, but pull it out of the way, get on there straight, and just loosen that guy up. And I know the camera's turned around a little wonky for y'all, but I can only do so much filming. But now that we've got all of those on the power steering loose, we should be able to finagle the alternator off there. If we can push the power steering pump out of the way enough. There she is. Now hopefully we can just come right out the bottom, right through here. Don't smack your radiator. I guess we got a shield, so that's okay. Push this line out, and we should be able to creep it on by. Just like that. And just like that, our old alternator is out, which I'm assuming this is the original 06 383,000 mile, 20-year-old alternator. So you really can't be too mad about that. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you can buy any of these new. You have to get refurbished ones. So we picked this one up from Advance Auto. This is a 180 watt one, I believe. The only thing that I found that isn't perfect on it from my visual inspection is the connector right there does have a little chip out of it. So hopefully that still clips into place. I have read some horror stories about people installing these remans and they don't freaking work, but hopefully that's not going to be the case. So now you just literally reverse the entire process, which I'm not going to film because clearly y'all know how to do it now. And well, it sucks to film. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that guy in there and then I'll catch up with y'all after, see if this thing cranks and charges the battery. All right, guys, got everything put back together. We're about ready for our maiden crank, but I wanted to go ahead and give y'all a pro tip. So when you're putting the alternator back in, rotate that sucker to where the snout is pointing this way and it can go right up in between these two lines. And I was able to just push it right in there because I was trying to do it the other way and it kept hitting this shroud, which you can take that off. I think it's just 4 bolts and should be able to move it, but spin that guy 180, stick her up in there, and then just flip it around. So we've got everything in, plugs are in, everything's tight, belt is back on. You already saw the intake, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the skid plate on that guy, and we're good to go. All right, let's go ahead and crank this thing up. Hopefully we did everything correct. Oh yeah, now that's the thing of beauty right there. It had a battery light flashing and that guy was obviously drooping down to basically 0. Heck yeah. Just got done checking everything under the hood. Looks perfect, running perfect. That is a successful alternator install on the old 06 Tundra. Wasn't that bad, just a little tight. You got them thick boy arms, you're gonna have fun for sure, but another part down and replaced and hopefully good for another 100,000 miles. That's crazy if that is the factory alternator. I don't know. I guess that's not something that typically fails too soon, something that usually lasts for a long time, but you know, 20 years, 383,000 miles. Got to be pretty impressed with that. So anyways, hopefully you did enjoy. I'm sure I got black stuff all over my face, but there it is. High mileage Tundra update, this time actually working on it and not just going to get another truck for the channel. But I'm sure you'll see this thing plenty more in the future, and I'll of course update y'all once we hit that milestone of 400,000 miles. That's crazy, dude. This thing's a freaking beast.